What up? It's your boy Tone 202. My boof my hair, loving my hair, man. Got a little, had a little bald spot here. I'm trying to do some natural stuff to get it to grow back, and it's working. You know what I'm saying? You gotta mess with your hair, throw some tea tree oil in it, all that other stuff. So ladies, guys go through it too. And anyway, so it's working, but that's not what this video is about. I think I'm gonna jam. I think I'm gonna jam a little bit. Okay, what you gonna do? All right, you gonna add something to that? Oh, oh, it's like that. Okay, it's your boy Tone 202. Okay, so check it out. It's kind of funky, ain't it? My dance moves. Okay, so check it out. This is gonna be under the Why I Left Atlanta video. I got people screaming at me like Chris Crocker, leave Atlanta alone! Leave her alone! Listen, you guys, I never said Atlanta was a terrible place to live. Never said that. Because I have a series of Why I Left Atlanta doesn't mean that I said Atlanta's the most terrible place to live. I never said that at all. As a matter of fact, the people who are saying that Atlanta's a bad place to live there now. I lived there 15 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So don't jump on my back. You know what I'm saying? Look at some of the people who are saying, yeah, you're right. I live there now and this is what's going on. Or I moved there, yada, yada. Anyways, this video is about your plan. Now, I already told you guys you need to have a plan when you move to Atlanta. And I'm 100% serious about that. But this video is talking about a 5-year plan. Now, doesn't necessarily have to be 5 years. But the reason why 5 years is such a good mark is because there's not much change in your health naturally. You can change your career and stabilize it in 5 years. It gives you enough time to get your act together. Like when I talked about moving to Kennesaw, I met a young lady who's like, yeah, I want to move to Kennesaw too because it's a nice area down there. So you got people of like mind. They understand that, moving into a quieter place, but it's still on the outskirts of Atlanta is a good move. You got a university there that's attractive and things along that line. So, big ups to her and everything, and other people who are looking for the same thing. You got to understand, a 5-year plan gives you enough time to finish your education, if that's the road that you're already on. It also gives you, if you have children, you can already see where your children are going at that stage. So if you have a newborn at 5, you can see what they're already doing at 5 years old. And if they're 5 at 10 and so on and so forth, your kids might be leaving the house. So you might become empty nesters in 5 years. You can plan for that. So a 5-year plan is always a good thing, And even if it's just a simple plan, when I graduate, I'm gonna go work here. When I finish this project, I'm gonna go do this project. You know what I'm saying? So, and the reason why I brought that up is because somebody said to me years ago, what's your 5-year plan? And I had no answer for her. Needless to say, she wasn't interested in me after I really had no answer. She told me I'm Luftmisch, which is a German word for meaning that you're stagnant. So she is like, you're stagnant, you need to do something. And it was a swift kick in the pants, and I deserved it. And she was absolutely correct. So, I did something about it, you know what I'm saying? I got my act together. I started a couple businesses that didn't work, but nonetheless, I started them. I tried. I became codependent instead of, I became independent instead of codependent. I had a girlfriend at the time who was a mess, and I was codependent upon her And I didn't want to leave her, even though she was terrible for me. And this was when I was in Ohio, not in Atlanta. Even though she was terrible for me, but she kept doing things for me that I needed. And she actually helped me move to Atlanta. And then when I saw that I wasn't going to be able to spend time with my little girl and I lost my jobs, she helped me move back. And then everything really fell apart after I moved back with her and found out, everything that was going on. But nonetheless, while I was in Atlanta, I developed a plan, and you guys already know I wanted to work for the CDC and or a major health organization, but I needed to get a degree first. So I'm not going to go over all that again. But I want to drive the point home that the words that somebody said to me 15 years ago stuck with me. Why don't you have a 5-year plan? A lot of you are watching my videos and you're really understanding the positivity that I'm trying to convey. Even when I'm talking about different races of people, well, we're all one race, the human race, but different cultures of people, how blacks have a hard time with blacks. White people most of the time aren't going to be your problem. Most of the time, you know what I'm saying? It's your own kind that hurt you the most. But you can start making plans on who you want to be around. Somebody said, if you come to Atlanta, get yourself a small, group to hang around or something like that. Like you can have some foresight on your future if you plan for it the correct way. A lot of us that, especially when you're young, you're willy-nilly, you think it's just going to work for you. Have yourself a 5-year plan. Write it down. You know what I'm saying? Take some good mental notes and always stick with it. Like when I was thinking about my education, I was going through all kind of things. You know what I'm saying? Nearly being homeless, losing job after job, being, rejected on every end, just really catching it bad from all types of people. It wasn't black people that do it. It was all type of people. Got into a car accident. Guy just, he saw me coming and he just turned right in my lane and stopped his car right in front of me. Did it on purpose. And, messed up my physical. I was on my way to work too. Messed up my finances, totaled my van, messed up my, back, and, and I had to make do with that because I almost lost everything I had. I was almost on the street again. And I had to beg, borrow, and plead just to stay alive. I had to, sell stuff in my house just to get money. But it taught me how to hustle. I'd go on Craigslist and flip things, or, I would, sell just things I had in my house to sell, computers, whatever I had. Then I would start foraging. I would look and see that somebody threw something outside in the garbage, and I'd be like, wait a minute, that's a 64-inch TV. I know it doesn't work, but it's gonna work for somebody. And I really did that. I went out there, I picked up the TV as soon as they put it out in the garbage. They didn't, they put it out for the garbage. And I picked that big old thing up, carried it in the house, and was just like, boom. And I sat there, I put it on Craigslist, boom. Somebody was like, I fix TVs. I want that TV. What do you want for it? And we haggled. They came and got it. That was an easy $50 for me. Somebody set out a bicycle, one of them stationary bikes. I saw it. I was just like, somebody's going to need that. Snatched that up. Boom. Same thing. And so a couple came and said, hey, our parents, they're in a nursing home or whatever. They're not going anywhere. We want to get them some exercise. Stationary bike sold $60. So those things helped with my plan, because I needed money right away, but I was going through something. And what I'm saying is, even though you have a 5-year plan, you have to go through things to get to your goal. And so I went through a lot. But I never forgot my goal. You can even break that down into your yearly plan, which is what I did. And I broke it down I circled everything around school because that was my goal. So I knew what classes I had to take, and I even knew what classes I had to take twice. I already knew it. My math classes. I was like, I'm going to fail at statistics. So what I did was I had the opportunity to take statistics at 2 different schools. But I knew if I failed it at one school, it was going to be a slight on my overall graduating grade. So I said, I'm not going to risk it there, but I know this will transfer if I take it at this, this JUCO over here. So that's what I did. I took it out of community college. And they said, yeah, you can take it out of community college, and the military paid for it. And so I took it. I knew I was going to fail it. I have a hard time with math, but the second time around, I was like all in it. Boom, 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 boom. I got a B out of the class or something like that. Boom. And then there was another math class I had to take, and I already knew it was economics. I was like, I'm going to have a hard time with this. I know it. Boom. I took it once, and then turned around, took it again, passed it flying colors. So, like I'm saying, these are some of the trials that I had to go through in order to graduate. But I had everything circled around my degree. I should graduate in this year. When I graduate, I moved on to my next step. So have yourself a 5-year plan. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's, I gotta wake up and do this morning in order to get here. But get some foresight in your life. And this would have helped me a whole lot if I would have channeled that type of energy before I moved to Atlanta. Now, lastly, I want to say, once I knew that I wasn't going to spend time with my little girl because my baby mom and whatever they had going on, it wasn't so much that I was running away from Atlanta. So I want to just get that straight. I chose to leave. I chose to come back to Ohio for one, economic reasons. I knew the university I wanted to go to. I knew that I could land, and as soon as I touched down in Ohio, I knew that I could get a job immediately. I could start making money. And that's what I did. At first, I lived with that girlfriend, but I got the heck out of there. I went and I grabbed my old apartment that I had, went and I talked to my landlord. I had a plan. I was just like, I'm going to call up my landlord, move back in. I did that. I called up temporary services that I worked for, start working for them right away. So I started making money right away and got my hustle on. I started, even venturing into my own businesses again in order to make money. I just started hustling immediately once I touched down here. So it wasn't so much that Atlanta drove me out or something like that. My goal was my little girl, and when that wasn't happening and I lost my 2 jobs, I left. So have yourself a 5-year plan. I don't care what it is. Write it down. While you're listening to this video, write something down. Just write it down. Just get yourself a Kugelschreiber, which is a pen in German, and just start writing. I want to do this in 5 years. I want to live in this city in 5 years. I want to be this successful in 5 years. I want to make this much money in 5 years. I want to be this mentally and spiritually stable in 5 years. I want to build this in 5 years. Just write it down and let me know what you guys' 5-year plan is, because I really want to talk to you guys about it. Not that I'm some guru or something. It's just that it worked for me, and I'm sure it'll work for you. It's your boy Toto. I really like this song. Get yourself a 5-year plan. I'm out.